So thanks for joining me, Loud Luxury, Andrew and Joe. You're in LA, right?
Yes, we are. We're at our home right now.
Nice, because you're originally from Canada, right?
Yeah. We moved out here right after graduating from university and kind of just did the whole music grind here.
And what's it been like with like COVID and everything, lockdown, no gigs and stuff? In LA?
Not playing gigs sucks. So that definitely missed that. We probably would have been in Europe. We would have been in the UK already this summer. Last year we did Reading and Leeds, and we did like so many cool things. We did O2.
I think we're supposed to play Creamfields.
Supposed to play Creamfields this year. So there's a lot of stuff that we're really excited for that we actually don't get to do anymore. So that sucks. But the one good thing, the silver lining that came out of it, is that we have been working on a lot of new music. So there's like a ton of new stuff that we have kind of ready to go.
Yeah, I was going to say, I grew up in Reading and I can literally see the O2 from my flat here. So,
wow.
Yeah. So, that's so super gutting for you guys.
I know.
I wondered if there was any one thing that you were missing out on that you were like.
Everything with touring, I think we're missing out on the traveling, the meeting people, trying new foods, going to new places. All of that, it just makes you have so much energy.
We could have done it in person.
Yeah. That's the number one thing right now.
Yeah, although, we'd have had some aircon maybe, because I'm not sure this sweatiness, this shiny face would have worked quite so well in person. Maybe next time they'll fly me over to LA, guys, and we can chat in person.
Yeah, it would be an honor. We'll show you our place and we'll make some food.
That would be amazing. I have to say, happy birthday to Joe as well.
Yeah, my birthday was last week. Thank you.
And the Mariachi Band, Andrew.
That was our manager's idea.
He's in Toronto, and of course, traveling.
They thought it'd be hilarious,
a little bit crazy. So he was like, "Hey, I need you to let in this mariachi band at 8 a.m." So it's probably the earliest I've ever waken up. So I wake up at 8 a.m. and then I'm just with this mariachi band, and they're tuning their instruments so loud. And I'm like, "Shh!" Like literally, guys, you got to be quiet.
I couldn't hear anything. I was asleep.
Yeah, we snuck around back.
He's lucky because I was up late the night before. So when I was asleep, I was like, he had to come smack me to wake me up.
I for sure thought our cover was going to get blown though, but it worked out great.
Nice. So Joe, are you having to think of something you can get Andrew back for on his birthday?
Oh, I can think of a lot of things.
Yeah. My birthday's in December, so it will be really cold out. So it'll be interesting to see what he comes up with.
I'm going to scheme with the manager because he was the mastermind behind the Mariachi Band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what other kinds of bands might appear in December in the
maybe
he'll get woken up by a bunch of elves.
Yeah, Christmas carolers or something like that. 12 Days of Christmas, something like that.
Extra money for the cold as well,
Yeah.
Now people know you from the Martin Garrix tune and obviously the absolute banger of Body. And we've got Afterlife, which is the new one. But I wondered, like you said, one of the plus points, if we can call it that, of being in lockdown and not going and gigging is you've had more time to write more music. So has that been quite exciting for you guys to have that space and that time?
Yeah. I think we have probably 20 or 30 new songs or something like that. So it's not something that's usual for us because most of the time when we're touring, which we're doing a lot of mostly, we don't really have a lot of time to finish new songs. I think when we went on our big bus tour in the fall last year, it was literally, I didn't even open my laptop once. I don't think we finished nights like this on the tour. But then after that, I didn't work on any music because it was just it gets too much sometimes to travel and be on the road and finish music. So
you need that the same way that you have bank holidays and take your vacation time. Sometimes you just need a creative vacation where you just don't think about music, because the problem with what we do is you're thinking about music all the time. Even when you're not in the studio, you hear a song, you're like, oh, maybe there's something cool from that I could add to our song, Yeah. So it's constant 24/7 you're on.
Yeah, when I think of the touring life, it does just sound exhausting. And I think I've heard quite a lot of artists, not just musicians and producers and DJs like yourselves, but even comedians who are yeah, it's been okay to have a little bit of a break.
Yeah. To put it in perspective, we've been living in Los Angeles since 2015, and I think this is the most time we've ever spent here. We're finally just getting to know this city and be like, oh, so that's where that street goes.
Yeah, I've gone for a run. I think I've gone for a run in every single street because I like to go for runs because the gym's all closed. So There's not much else to do.
Same
But
here.
I think I've gone for a run like literally every street around the area.
Yeah. And I bet like 2019, you were just in gyms all the time, all over the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. That's like the one way we stay sane from all that traveling and partying, for lack of a better word.
Yes, partying. Well, but it's obviously partying on the job, so you know.
Yeah, paid partying.
Have you finally like got around to like putting posters up at home?
Posters. Fortunately, our house came furnished, so we have a bunch of paintings, but the paintings aren't that great. So I started to make my own to switch it off. So whatever
Nice.
painting we don't like in the house, my goal is to switch it with like one of my own paintings, so it's like a better piece, you know.
This is cool. What sort of art are you working on then?
Right now I've got a triptych of skulls, so I did really colorful, like I'll go grab one. I'll show it to
Oh
you.
yeah, show us your Andy Warhol style skulls.
I've done no painting, but I've catched up on a lot of Netflix because there's always so many shows that everyone's talking about. And when you're on the road, you don't really get the chance to watch it. So you really feel like you're out of the circle, out of this massive inside joke. So now I'm like, I know what everyone's talking about. Here's one of the paintings.
Oh, look at that. Can we see? Are you going to be doing the artwork soon then, Joe?
Maybe.
Might be cool.
That's cool.
See the skull?
I love it. Yeah. Because I'm not normally one for skulls, but actually I really like that. It's like got a bit of a Jackson Pollock thing with the paint flicks as well. I like it. Maybe if you don't get to gig for a little bit longer, you can start selling them.
I mean, if we don't gig for a bit longer, it might come to that point, or I'll be on the streets just busking, playing songs. So
stop. Because I was gonna say, like, I think is it Morgan? Let me check her name.
Morgan St. Jean.
Yeah. So how did she get on the track? Because you guys obviously, you said you've been making more music in lockdown. Was this like a lockdown project, or
This song actually was started in 2017.
Yeah, we made Aftertaste when we were originally kind of working on Body as well. Yeah. And we didn't really know a lot of people in LA. So one day we went to like it was kind of like a speed dating session where it's like you're in the room with like a bunch of writers, and everybody sits at this table and everybody has their like music on like an iPod or something like that. And you just go around and you share your music to all these people. And I remember at the time, Morgan, she was in USC, so she was going to school and college, and she was there and she showed us some songs. And I think she might have showed us Aftertaste, one of the versions of it at that time. And yeah, I remember just like we really hit it off at that session. And then we got in the studio and we started to work on Aftertaste, and that was pretty much like the first song we started with her.
Yeah, her voice is amazing, and she wrote it originally kind of like this Adele Freya Ridings type ballad. It was really sad. Like, I don't know if I had the original on my computer, but it was like a really depressing, slow song. And as soon as we gave it energy, it was like, oh, this is really different because it's sad, but it just still bangs. It's like crying on the dance floor, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And I have to say, like, her voice really reminded me when I first heard Aftertaste, I thought it was the vocalist from London Grammar or Becky Hill.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And we always felt strongly when we made it. We're like, this could be cool in the UK just because so much of the music coming from there, you know, I think it was really.
We actually finished part of it in the UK. Yeah. There was a little portion where the last EP, we had some time in Europe, and we had probably about like 4 or 5 days in London. So we got the studio and we had like all of the songs sort of ready on the nights like this EP, and we finished all of them there.
Amazing. And how does it feel to like release stuff in lockdown? Because obviously, like you say, the afterlife.
Kind of weird, but
it feels like you're missing a piece of the puzzle. You know, not being able to go to all these shows, have everyone sing along to it, get energy from that, promote it. But at the end of the day, it's a blessing for us to be able to do this, and we're just grateful that we can give back.
Yeah, if we couldn't do that, I'd be selling my paintings. That's
for sure.
I still reckon you should do that. You know, why not?
Maybe one day.
Bit of extra moolah.
Yeah.
So, is there anywhere that you really like when you do come to the UK?
Like in terms of like restaurants or
restaurants where you play, like where you've enjoyed like hanging out. Because
I love London, honestly. Like I have so much fun every time I'm there. One of my there's this barbershop that I go to, and it's like one of the craziest haircuts I've ever gotten. It's a Turkish place, but the guy takes this like it's kind of like a little mini torch, and he lights it on fire, and then he hits your ear with it, and it's called the ear flaming. I'd never tried this before. He's like, "You want to try it?" I was like, "Sure, man." And he's like hitting your ear with this flaming like torch thing, but then your ears feel like smooth after, like you feel like so smooth.
Yeah,
I'll
one
have
of
to
my
check that out.
favorite. You should. One of my favorite London experiences is the fact, because he's constantly in Las Vegas, which is where we have a residency as well, we've kind of developed a good relationship with Gordon Ramsay. And he's probably going to kill me for saying this because it's kind of off brand for him, but he's one of the nicest people on the planet when he's not on TV.
He's super, super nice.
Yeah.
And he's like come to a bunch of our shows this year. We got really close with him, became good friends.
So they've always been kind.
Yeah. So he always takes care of us for every,
like, they're like, come to this new restaurant that just opened. I think the last one that we went to, I think it's called the Lucky Cat.
That's one of the first times I had like a celebrity like freak out, because I remember we were playing in Vegas and they told us really last minute, like we were about to go on stage, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, Gordon Ramsay's here, so just letting you know." And I'm like, "Oh my God," I started freaking out. I'm like, because I had never met him. I was like, "Oh my God, he's gonna like critique us or something."
Yeah.
He's gonna like,
your beats suck.
Yeah. So then I got really scared. And then on the way out, he was in the like DJ booth area, and that's where he was hanging out. And as we were going out, I remember him like kind of looking at us, and then he sort of went like this. He's like, and then I looked at him, and I was kind of like one of those things. And then he goes and like puts out his hand to like shake my hand. And I'm like, "Let's go." And then literally that night he was like having drinks. He was like having fun. We brought him on the DJ booth. It was amazing.
Headphones on him.
That was one of the coolest moments ever.
Yeah, and after that, right away, he made sure that his assistant reached out, and any time that we want to go somewhere in London, in
he's
Vegas,
super sweet. He's a super sweet guy.
Very kind.
That's so nice, and I'm really sorry that after you've blown his cover as being a nice guy, that you're never going to go near his restaurants anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say he's about to block our numbers after this, but seriously, he deserves every ounce of success that he has, because there's a reason why it happens.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. So have you watched, like, is it Kitchen Nightmares, this show?
Hell's Kitchen as well.
Yeah.
They taped that one in Vegas, and
we were on one of the episodes.
Shut up, are you?
They're so funny too, because we were trying to make a reservation for Hell's Kitchen in Vegas, because they were like, "If you guys need anything, like let us know, we'll take care of you." And we're like, "Okay, yeah, like let's try for a reservation." And we made the reservation, and something happened with one of our flights, so the flight got changed. And we were touring, and we were upset because we didn't know if we were going to actually make it, but we got in time for like maybe half an hour to get ready and like get everything, because we didn't want to be late, and we felt bad, and we were like, "Oh my God." And then we get to Hell's Kitchen, and they're like, because we know some of the team and the people, and they're like, "Hey guys, like how's it going?" And we're like, "Good." And then we're like sort of texting our person, like the assistant, being like, "Hey, like where are you?" And they're like, "Where are you?" And we're like, "At Hell's Kitchen." "Where are you?" They're like, "We're at the location that we're taping." They're like, "Where are you guys? Are you at the other location?" We're like, "Oh my God." So we literally had 15 minutes, because they had started taping, to get from the one Hell's Kitchen to the other one where they do all the taping at. And we literally rushed there. Like as soon as they got there, there's somebody waiting for us outside. They're like, "Come in." They're like, "Get in."
Oh, guys, like that's
We were foolish. We were foolish to think that they would actually be filming a TV show in the middle of a restaurant at peak time, instead of having an identical restaurant that's like a sound stage down the street.
At least it was just down the street, because I have been to LA once, and LA traffic is something else.
The one upside of the pandemic is the fact that we've been going to the beach a lot, and it's like 30 minutes or less when it would normally take an hour and a half.
Wow. And Venice Beach and that whole area is so nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. I went longboarding there yesterday, because there's the big boardwalk and everything, so you can just kind of like go up and down it. It's one of the few things that are open.
Yeah, thank God. We go out. Atmosphere Radio goes out in Brighton. Have you ever been to Brighton or the South Coast?
I've heard it's incredible. No. Like that's I know that in the area kind of around Blackpool and all that is kind of just some of the better beaches in the country.
Yeah, but it's a bit different, because some of the beaches on the South Coast have pebbles instead of sand.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a little bit uncomfortable.
Well, you'd think that, but you're not going to get any sand in your sandwiches, so...
Most important.
Yeah, that's true.
or the classic, you come home and literally the house just has a trail of sand from everywhere that you've been.
Everywhere. Yeah, I've still got bags that I took on holiday like last year that I've got sand in the bottom. Like,
yeah. One pair of pants I put on the other day, and I didn't realize it, but I had worn them to the beach one day, and I was like, I put my hands in my pockets, and I was like, what? And then I like took them off, and put them upside down, and sand just came out of the pockets. I was like, what the hell? I was like, how did that happen?
Small sand dune in the middle of the hallway.
It was actually quite a bit. I don't know how. I think I had jumped in the water with my pants on or something like that.
Classic. Why not? Why not? Just living the life, guys. Living the life.
Yeah.
I wanted to just ask about the video to Aftertaste. So it is like completely animated. Was that deliberate, or is that sort of like just because of lockdown?
Yeah. It's actually done by a Brit, this really talented animator that goes by the name of Lumps. I can't remember what town he's in. I want to say Peterborough or something like that, but I probably got it wrong.
His name is Lumps, but I've been a huge fan of him for like a good amount of time. And when we were doing the music videos, we actually had a music video that we wanted to do originally, but like
what was that going to be?
It was going to be like something like us going to like Tijuana, or like Mexico, and like something like crazy happens. Or
why not?
We had some crazy idea. Yeah, we had some crazy idea, but then as soon as the lockdown happened, we were like, what the hell do we do? Because we can't go anywhere.
Yeah, the first treatment of the music video before we knew about lockdown happening was literally about like one of us getting kidnapped by a drug cartel in Mexico. So it's probably for the better that didn't happen.
Yeah. I mean, I do love the animation, but I wondered, because you're like animated characters in it, whether you were like, no, I could you just take the cheekbones up a little? That's what I would do.
Yeah, it was so funny. The first version of me, he came out and I had like a massive beard, and I was like, and we gave him a picture that like I had like a little bit of like stubble, like a little bit. Yeah, it was like 5 o'clock shadow, and he gave me this massive beard. I was like, I can't grow a beard, so I don't think that's accurate.
Yeah,
but it was funny though,
and the whole experience.
You did a good job. You did a really good job.
The whole experience was really cool, just because I mean, both of us grew up watching, Saturday morning cartoons and all that, and we've been still in our adult years big fans of a lot of cartoons. So getting to like bring that world to us.
Yeah. There's some great adult cartoons as well now these days. Rick and Morty, I'm a big fan of.
Great show.
So good. Going back to like you and you mentioned school days a while ago, because you met and set up Loud Luxury when you were at school, right? Like making songs between some.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were studying. And right here this week in the UK, like loads of people are getting their A-level results. And things aren't good because obviously they haven't sat their exams. Things haven't quite gone to plan. People are disappointed with their results. So I wondered if you guys had any kind of words of advice when it comes to exams for any Loud Luxury fans out there who are feeling down right now.
Definitely don't sleep through them, because I did that when I was in college. So definitely don't sleep through them. But for anybody that is at home and they are working away at school, I mean, it now is a great time because you can spend a lot of time at home and reflect on things and do a lot of learning on your own, which is kind of cool. So don't give up.
What helps me is just to remember that we're in the middle of a pandemic. So it's okay if you're not doing your best every day.
Yeah, I know. I haven't done any like painting. The big thing here was banana bread. Everyone was making banana bread. You
everywhere.
Making?
No.
I would say send us some, but I don't know if it would be still good by the time it got here.
No, it's going to be very, very, very moldy by the time it gets
I
here.
love banana bread too. It's my favorite.
It's so good. So good. Toasted with butter on. Just because why? You need to add extra butter to cake. Of course.
Best.
It's not very LA of you to like banana bread, actually. I thought you might be a bit more green.
Yeah, maybe it's vegan, gluten-free. Yeah.
Have you gone that way? Are you that way inclined now in LA?
No. Not fully, but I mean, I love sushi a lot. So for
for health reasons, I feel like we've just been trying to be a little bit more conscious, just of like cutting down on some things. But
same.
I mean, life's meant to be enjoyed. There's lots of pleasures in life, and you should enjoy all of them, especially all of the banana bread.
Yeah, and poutine. Is it poutine?
Oh yes, now we're talking.
That's Canadian.
Yeah. Except I heard your equivalent from a British friend not too long ago is curry chips or something like that.
Curry and chips. You can get chips and cheese as well, but yeah, it's like curry sauce. It's a special kind of chip shop sauce. You can't.
What kind of chips are there? Like the thick ones?
I love a big fat chip. That's what you get at the chip shops here. Yeah, is that what it's like, the poutine as well? Am I saying it right?
They're more like square, like rectangular, like they're sort of like your finger, kind of like a long one.
We would probably call those like roast potatoes, like chopped up roast potatoes.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, I'm loving.
So it's like those gravy. You got to get some gravy on there, and then cheese curds. So it's like these thick chunks of cheese.
Yeah.
Very
And then
important.
other toppings and stuff too, but depending how adventurous you want to get.
Mhm.
That's the classic recipe, is it, for anyone?
Next
Yeah.
time we're back, though, I really want to try Korean chips, because our tradition back in the day when we were just like, playing at bars for like $100 a night was we would always take that cash after and get poutine every time after we played. After a long night, it just felt amazing.
You should chat to your mate, Gordon Ramsay, see if he can get it on the menu for you next time you're over.
I would love that.
I mean, after he sees this interview, I think he's going to politely decline.
Oh yeah, we won't DM him. I wondered as well, like you guys have worked with loads of artists. You're on Tiesto's label, is that right as well? Tiesto's?
Well, we're actually signed with Armada, which is Armin van Buuren's label, but Tiesto was actually the artist that signed our very first records. When we put out a cover of Fill Me In by Craig David, he signed that to his label, and he's supported us unconditionally since.
Yeah. Our very own Craig. Yeah, love a bit of Craig. So are there any artists that are on your hit list, or because of those connections, do you get sort of like any name you want?
Not any name, but I mean, definitely there's a lot of people that we didn't think that would have worked with us before, that we have gotten in the room with, have started working on some music with. A big UK mention definitely would work with Dua Lipa, because she's got a phenomenal voice.
Oh yeah.
And I would like to, her stuff's so dancey already.
Yeah, I would like to do something beyond a remix.
Yeah, because she's doing that whole remix album, isn't she? Like the club.
Yeah, she just dropped that one with Madonna, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And Missy Elliott.
There's some amazing names on that. I cannot wait for that. Guys, I wanted to ask you as well, like, if you've ever thought of doing any like social filters. So we see loads of artists here, like Becky Hill, doing loads of filters on Instagram. Have you guys done any of those before?
No, but probably for our next song, we'll do something ridiculous.
Why not?
I was thinking, I was watching the
Give
video,
us an idea.
the aftertaste video. I want to be in that donut rubber ring going down the ring.
just sailing away.
Sailing away. That'd be a great, especially like I say, 32-degree heat here in London.
We need that right now.
Exactly. I need a river and I need a donut ring. Thank you very much.
Have some fans.
Well, I have.
We're your number one fans. You got one right here. You got one right here.
I'm so jealous right now. Guys, thank you so much for chatting to me on Atmosphere Radio.